If you are here for the score and the score alone, I would give this cube an 8 out of 10. If you want to hear why I think that, keep watching. Thank you to SpeedCube Shop for sending me this cube. Use code NOTME to get 5% off of your order and support my channel. Let's set the stage here. In 2021, the X-Man Tornado V2 was released. This was Chi's first flagship 3x3 since the Valk Elite in 2019, and it immediately was a favorite. The turning was smooth like butter and quiet, and it was such a satisfying cube to use. However, the issue was the corner cutting. This was mitigated in the Tornado V3, which quickly garnered a sea of impressive results, including a 403 single by Max Shaw and a 363 NAR single by Max Park. The V3 established itself as one of the most legendary hardware advancements in cubing history. Finally, after 2 years, Chi followed the V3 up with the much anticipated V4. Initially leaked by an unlisted video on their YouTube channel, the V4 was released earlier this month. I got the Pioneer version with maglev in it. This cube had been so hyped that I expected a cube that was nothing short of amazing. I expected a drop of heaven itself to be delivered to my doorstep. So imagine my surprise when I instead, got this. The cube was super lucky, and I was not having a good time using it. However, these problems subsided after I set the cube up with some Martian and changed the settings to Axis Distance 1, Compression 2, and Magnet Strength 4. So definitely don't expect this cube to be amazing right out of the box. This cube comes with a flathead screwdriver to adjust the magnets, a cube pouch, a blank center cap, and a magnetic cube case, which probably added $10 to the cost. The dual adjustment mechanism is the same as the V3. However, they move the magnet strength adjustment to the corners, which means you don't have to adjust the magnets 12 times anymore, 8 times will do. Adjusting it is simple. You put the flathead screwdriver here, turn clockwise to strengthen the magnets, and turn counterclockwise to weaken. The Tornado V4 is extremely similar to its predecessor. The turning is just as airy, the feel is just as soft, the corner cutting is just as snappy. Chi found a winning formula with the V3 and took it to the next level with this cube. It is extremely satisfying to turn. Here's a sound test so you can get an idea of this feel. This cube is also quite flexible, and I'm able to do some algorithms much more consistently on this cube than I can on the Weilong V10. Of course, the trade-off here is that this cube isn't as stable, but it's still reasonably stable. This cube has decent corner cutting on its loosest setting, and the corner cutting is completely gone at Axis Distance 5, which is annoying. Perhaps the main thing to note here is the snappiness of the corner cutting, which clashes hard with its flexibility. It's good for a cube to feel tactile and responsive, but it felt as if this cube was giving me too much feedback. Of course, this is a matter of personal taste. If you feel as if Moyu cubes are far too smooth, then the Tornado will likely suit your turning style. This piece design reminds me a lot of the Dain Tengyun cubes, with a thin corner stock and torpedoes that jut out on either side of the edge, as well as the slightly thin area here. The hollow space contributes to the light and airy feel, and the spiderweb design on the corners helps with lube distribution. On each edge, you'll notice 2 extra magnet slots, which repel the adjacent corner, essentially meaning to snap the side into place. So if a side is barely misaligned, the repelling magnets will provide the extra boost needed to make it all the way. When turning slow, I can feel this, and I do think this accomplishes what it sets out to do. Make a more stable cube while keeping the magnetic bump small. I have my cube on the loosest setting, and I get corner twists more often on the V4 than I do on any other cube. Of course, I still only get them like 3 to 5 times every 100 solves, but this anti-corner twist mechanism is still on the weaker side, comparatively. So, with light, airy, and satisfying turning, decent to average corner cutting, decent stability, solid flexibility, and daring innovation, this cube surely is one of the best cubes of the year. But is it the best for me? I find using the V4 much more satisfying than using the Weilong V10. I could sit around turning this thing for eons and I wouldn't get bored of it. It will definitely be a comfort cube for me, whenever I'm sick of tryharding during 3x3 practice. But when I practice on the Tornado V4, I find that the cube is just not stable enough for me. I'm a very aggressive turner, which is why I so readily fell in love with the Weilong V10. But I find that I always do just a little worse on the V4. I lock up more, I lose my grip more, I make more turning mistakes. This cube is just not as reliable for me, which is why I will not be switching to this cube. but everyone has a distinct turning style. If you've tried the Tornado V3 and you love it, then this is the best cube for you. If your turning is generally less chaotic and more stable, then this cube is the best for you. If you want thread-3 practice to be rewarding instead of just a chore, then this cube is the best for you. If you want to purchase this cube, do so using the link in the description and use code NOTME. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.